them, most people, and that is the borrower is a slave to the lender.
Yeah. So we have to act like creditors, live our life like creditors.
Yeah, we have to act like creditors. We have to be creditors. I've been debt-free for almost 12 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get into debt.
Well, what I would like to do is invite you back again soon. And in the meantime, we'll get people to throw this podcast around the world. And I'm going to send it to all the people that I've had on in the past who may or may not agree with what you've said, and maybe they'll come on or call in or whatever. And if you agree, we'll continue the conversation and get into the Universal Postal Union and I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. Would you like to do that sometime?
Sure. And if you want to cover more of the history,
sure.
I mean, there's the history is replete with their writings and the things that they did. And sure, I'd love to.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's others that are going to debate it. There's going to be the thing about being programmed. We're all programmed from the day we're born. I will readily admit that I'm programmed. And I had to deprogram and then reprogram starting 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll send this links on to the creditors and commerce people and get a lot of folks involved to listen to it and maybe get some conversation going here, and I think it'll be great fun. Now, your website, tell us a little bit about that and your goals with that before we wrap up here, and why people would want to join up. For a lot of folks, $27 a month is it's a lot of money, but why would it be worth that? TheRightOfSelfDetermination.com. Well, how can you? Why can you sell that?
Let me state it this way, and we have lots of members on the website, and there are members that they come on to work as an affiliate program to refer other members. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are people that we pay, because education in this country, the U.S., usually sells about $1 trillion a year is spent on education. And so education is a good market to be in. The World Wide Web actually is they're expecting sales, even on the internet, as bad as the economy here is in the U.S., it's one of the places that they're expecting growth in the economy is on the internet.
Yes.
So as far as the $27, this education is worth $250,000. I know because that's how much I spent to get it.
Okay.
And they won't. I've even told people, you won't get this information at Harvard Law School. They're not going to teach it. That's actually where they put the program into you that taught you something else. And what I tell people is that, it's interesting how people hit their head on that wall, especially when they built the wall for them to hit their head on. And then they keep banging their head on it. I didn't want to bang my head on that wall. I left the United States when I got started with this. I'd already left the U.S. And I've left the U.S. for a very philosophical reason. And part of this being on my website and listening to the things that we talk about and the things that we do and the posts that I do, we're going to be putting together, by the way, it's already working on it right now, it'll be about a 20-hour DVD series called The Legal Matrix, a web of catch-22s. I'm going to explain every catch-22 in this legal system that I personally know of. And then we'll put out the DVD series on that as well. But part of it is gaining the value of the philosophy that I developed over 10 years, not because it's my philosophy, just because it fits a universal principle.
Mm-hmm. And then you do a conference call every week for members?
It's not really my conference call. I do one specifically for a group that has been involved in these processes for lots of years, and then their leader of that group got arrested and spent 6 months in prison with no arraignment, and he really made the system mad. He sued a judge. Not going to mention any names.
Oh, the same guy that you were talking about?
No, different guy.
Okay, yeah. So he didn't.
There's tons of these people going to prison, Patrick. You and I both know it.
Yeah, because they don't.
I will mention the leader of Copper Cards just got convicted and sent to prison 9 years, and I was on a conference call with him 2 years ago and told him specifically, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, you will go to prison.
The leader of what was the website?
Theirs is Copper Cards, coppercards.com. Yeah, I would suggest people go look at that because they have his arraignment in there or his sentencing hearing. I just listened to that. Somebody sent it this weekend, and I'm listening to it, and the guy who sent it to me was the guy who actually made the introduction to that group to me, And we were both listening to it, and he said, "This is unbelievable." He said, "It's like listening to prophecy. You told him this was going to happen to him." And it's one of the reasons that I do the conference call with the other group. I tell people because what happened to the leader, he did go through this arraignment. He still has pending a federal trial. And everybody else on there, I tell them, specifically when they start talking about these other remedies, I prove to them in the law, this is why you can't do this. This is why you cannot do this. And if you persist, you will go to prison. And your leader is the example. And he was someone I wrote a year ago an email, and I told him, somebody asked me to review his website and let him know what I thought because they were considering doing those processes. And I said, absolutely not. And I wrote him to his webmaster, said, if you continue, I said, you don't know me from anyone on this planet, but if you continue doing this, you're going to prison. The day he read the email was the day he got arrested. And then he wrote me 6 months later. He said, I've read everything you wrote me. I read everything now. I understand. I was being arrogant. I know why. He said, please call me because everyone else that I thought was a guru in this, who had coached me in this, they have all fled to the corner like cockroaches. And so I did call him. And I have done quite a bit actually to assist in his defense. But I don't know what's going to happen with the outcome yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a curious world out there. David Williams, and once again, your website, therightofselfdetermination.com. And please pass on this link to everyone that you care about. And I'm sure people will be flying this around the world. I think we did pretty good this morning. I think we able to lay out some of these ideas clearly, David.
I want to thank you, Patrick, for having me on. I think we've covered more ground than I thought we'd be good, and I think it's because of your experience on radio, quite frankly. I've enjoyed this.
Well, I've enjoyed it so much. I just try to ask the questions that people are thinking, and it's an honor to have you on. You take care of yourself. Have a nice Memorial Day, David. I'll keep in touch, and we'll have this posted on the website soon, and we'll see where we go from here and look forward to having you on in a few weeks maybe, and we'll just dig in again and see where it takes us, and we'll promote it, and so we'll have a lot of folks to call in and email in with questions.
By the way, Patrick, let me just say one more thing. If someone wants to contact me, just David at therightofselfdetermination.com. Okay, David at therightofselfdetermination.com. We'll put that in the text above the podcast link so people can email you. David at therightofselfdetermination.com. David, the best to you and your family. Memorial Day 2010, and we'll get together real soon, sir. Thank you, Patrick. My pleasure. David Williams, well, what do you think about those apples? If I can borrow a line from, what was it, Good Will Hunting? You like apples? She said, yes. What do you think about those apples? Wow, that'll make your head explode the last 2 hours. It's an honor to be here, and I'm glad we did this, and we'll do it again. Who knows where this will go? Black hole? Another black hole, another rabbit hole, or does it go the other way, towards the light? Only you will be able to tell, because you are a soul, you are free, and it's up to you to figure out if the last 2 hours are relevant or it's just another whatever. Because you are the one you've been waiting for. I love that one. And remember, there's nothing more expensive than bad information. Please support OneRadioNetwork.com with your 10, 15, 20, 30 bucks here and there. When you get an extra, do it through PayPal, and that keeps us all going. Computers, bandwidth, website, telephones, 800 number, all that stuff. I love you all very much. I'll see you tomorrow with Mitch Batros on June 1st, 2010, EarthChangesMedia.com. He's a cool guy. Please pass on this link to everyone that you care about. This is Patrick Timpone. Take care. From the Hill Country in Texas, broadcasting worldwide, this is OneRadioNetwork.com.